When Melanie Joly, Canada's industry minister, touched down in Sweden yesterday, her mission was far from ordinary. Charged by Ottawa with the task of attracting high-impact investment, she arrived determined to bolster sectors vulnerable to trade volatility and to reinforce Canada's defense industrial base. Her journey now appears to have paid off. In Stockholm, Swedish steelmaker Swebor Stål Svenska AB and Canadian armored vehicle manufacturer Rochelle Inc. inked an agreement to launch Canada's first dedicated ballistic-grade steel facility, a strategic venture with the potential to reshape the country's industrial and defense landscape. Until recently, Canada has depended heavily on imports, especially from the United States, for specialty and high-grade steels. Although the country remains a powerhouse in bulk production, the lack of domestic capacity for ballistic-grade materials remains a significant weakness, especially amid global geopolitical shifts and trade volatility. In 2024, Canada imported steel worth approximately $4.32 billion from the United States, making it one of Canada's largest sources of iron and steel products. Overall, imports supplied nearly two-thirds of Canada's steel consumption, highlighting the country's heavy reliance on foreign supply. This vulnerability was laid bare in 2025 when sweeping measures were introduced. In June, U.S. President Donald Trump doubled tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum imports, raising them from 25% to 50%, a move that dealt a sudden and severe blow to Canada's metals sector. That same month, Canadian exports of iron and steel products plunged by 11.4%, coinciding with the tariff hike. Earlier in the spring, these escalating pressures contributed to a broader export decline of approximately 10.8% in April, triggering a record trade deficit and mounting concerns among businesses about rising costs and disrupted supply chains. The Swebor Rochelle initiative emerges as Ottawa's calculated answer, a gesture towards sovereignty and resilience in the face of supply chain strain. Adding further weight to the project's significance is the broader global context. The war in Ukraine has triggered surging demand for armored protection, prompting NATO countries, including Canada, to ramp up their defense postures and secure reliable domestic access to critical materials. In this landscape, ballistic-grade steel is no longer a niche commodity, it is a strategic asset. As one defense analyst in Toronto put it, there is a global scramble for secure supplies of advanced steels. By building capacity in Canada, this project could give Ottawa not just economic resilience, but also geopolitical leverage. The Swebor Rochelle collaboration brings complementary strengths to the table. Swebor, hailing from northern Sweden, is renowned for its Swebor Armor trademark line of specialty steels, which artfully blend hardness and flexibility, qualities essential for materials that must withstand extreme impact without brittleness. Meanwhile, Rochelle, headquartered in Brampton, Ontario, has rapidly established itself as a North American powerhouse in armored vehicle production, with a growing global footprint across the U.S., Ukraine, and the Czech Republic. The partnership aims not just to produce steel domestically, but to seed a new industrial hub, where innovation, skilled manufacturing jobs, and cutting-edge technology converge. The Swebor Rochelle announcement was part of a wider diplomatic effort by Ottawa. In mid-August, Industry Minister Melanie Joly and Secretary of State for Defense Procurement Stephen Fuhr visited Sweden and Finland to advance industrial partnerships across aerospace, defense, shipbuilding, mining, and telecommunications. Canada is a global leader in innovation. Our companies and workers are at the forefront of international excellence, attracting investment and forging strong partnerships. At this pivotal moment, Canada is strengthening its relationships with trusted allies, diversifying supply chains and delivering the advanced technologies, resources, and expertise the world needs, Joly said during the visit. Fuhr echoed that message, highlighting the defense dimension. As global security challenges evolve, Canada must reinforce our sovereignty and collaborate with like-minded allies. Canada's defense industry, with talent and capabilities recognized worldwide, plays a vital role in supporting these efforts. By engaging allies and strengthening industrial collaboration, we can create investment opportunities for our workers, grow the defense sector, and secure Canada's future. While the public focus of Joly's visit was on investment and industrial cooperation, her itinerary also underscored the undercurrents of defense procurement that now shape Canada's European engagements. In Stockholm, she and Fuhrer met with senior executives at Saab, the maker of the Gripen fighter jet, a move that has fueled speculation about Ottawa's willingness to revisit its commitment to the American-built F-35. Officials have stressed that Canada remains bound by its existing contracts, yet the very act of engaging with Saab reflects a growing desire to keep European options alive. For Ottawa, such gestures serve both as leverage in ongoing defense deliberations and as a signal that its pursuit of industrial sovereignty extends into the aerospace domain. A previously untold but pivotal backdrop to the story is the scale of trade between Canada and Sweden. In 2024, bilateral merchandise trade reached approximately $4.9 billion, with Canadian exports to Sweden totaling about $803 million, and imports climbing to $4.1 billion. Ahead of this partnership, Sweden was a significant supplier of advanced manufactured goods to Canada, underscoring the strategic potential of aligning industrial capabilities directly on Canadian soil. The relationship has only deepened over the years. Merchandise trade between the two countries expanded roughly 90% from 2016 to 2024. Despite the promise, key details remain under wraps. The site of the future facility, the scale of investment, and the construction timeline are yet to be revealed. Still, both Swebor and Rochelle have pledged to deliver advanced manufacturing capabilities and to create a cadre of skilled jobs, with implications that extend well beyond defense. In Swebor's boardroom, Chairman Hans Bergman framed the project as more than industrial development. This facility will not only meet Canada's strategic needs, but also exemplify how allied nations can collaborate to enhance their industrial capabilities. His words resonate in today's world, where global tensions, trade fragility, and alliance dynamics demand self-reliant industrial foundations as much as military strength. Canada brings its own comparative advantages to the table: a wealth of natural resources, low-carbon energy, especially hydroelectric power, and a reputation for stable, transparent business environments. These factors could position the facility at the intersection of quality, efficiency, and environmental responsibility, qualities particularly attractive in modern defense procurement. Still, challenges loom on the horizon. Producing ballistic-grade steel isn't simply about strength. It requires precision engineering, rigorous testing against military specifications, and unwavering consistency. As one Ottawa-based consultant cautioned, "It's one thing to make strong steel, it's another to consistently meet the exacting ballistic standards required for armored vehicles and defense infrastructure." Should the initiative succeed, Canada would join an elite group of nations capable of independently manufacturing ballistic-grade steel, nations like Sweden, Germany, and the United States. For Rochelle, it bolsters its competitive edge by securing a stable domestic material supply. For Ottawa, it aligns with its push for modernized defense spending, stronger NATO participation, and strategic autonomy. Ultimately, the Swebor-Rochelle agreement transcends the construction of a plant. It is about reimagining Canada's role in the defense industrial landscape, shifting from a consumer of strategic materials to a producer of them. In an era where trade fragility and global instability threaten supply chains, this partnership offers a tangible vision of how Canada could, quite literally, forge its future in steel. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. As an independent channel, we don't have corporate backing. We rely on your support to keep going. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. It really helps more people find our work. Thank you so much for being part of our community. Check out the next video on your screen. We picked it just for you.